We're back out here today returning to the Mississippi Acres map, and we also have a really good setup plan for this morning. We have a great tree stand location where from that one spot we're going to be able to cover two separate drinking zones at the same time. And not only that, there could be some wild hog, some alligator, and maybe even some feral pigs. So our stand is set up right over here. In fact, it's right in that tree right there. But the whitetail are down there drinking at about 250 yards to the north side over there. And then we have some whitetail right over here, which are less than 200 yards away. So there's our stand right there. We're gonna get up in there and try and call some of these bucks into range. After that, we're gonna take a look at the super cool rare blue bobcat that we got in today's stream. It's one of those things where I didn't think I'd ever see something like that, and all of a sudden we saw it. We ended up making a great shot, and well, it was a pretty epic moment. So I hope you guys enjoy. All right, and we're up in the stand right now taking a look at where the whitetail should be. We already got eyes on one buck right there at about 150 yards out from us. Now he's not that big, but there should be another good one. That right there is a big one. We got a 180 plus buck coming in right down below us. Surprisingly, this buck is still out here just drinking. So we'll keep an eye on these deer here, and there's another good buck that's going to be close to a 180 plus. But this is going to be the big one right out there at about 100 yards out. Now the question is, are these deer going to come in? I kind of doubt it. So I originally thought that they were only 300 yards, but now that I'm looking at it, that's closer to 400. I was gonna say there's no way all of a sudden they all start trotting in, but no. Now, however, the alligator are right over here, and they could for surely come in. If you look at the map, you can see the alligator are right here, only 250 yards away from us, but we could easily call something in from right there. Now, how cool would that be to call an alligator all the way across this field? Holy, look at all the cottontail rabbits. Look at them all. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. All across this field here. But our big buck is about to step into range. And that is not the buck that I'm talking about. However, he's around here. That is, and we got him right there at 55 yards away from us. Right in that brush. All right, let's get ready for a shot. I don't know how close he's gonna come, so we might have to go for that shot right there. Oh my God, of course he took a step as soon as we took that shot. Son of a... Oh my God, we hit him again. We hit him again. Holy, what the heck? We almost saved that buck. Wow. Well, either way, he is gonna go down. In fact, he's gonna pile up right down over there, but we got another deer right next to us here. Yep, that follow-up shot got intestine. If we took the shot just a tad bit sooner, we could have had a vital hit. Hold up, yet there's another buck coming in here. Where'd this guy come from? Wow. Well, we should be able to get a shot off on this buck here without spooking the 180 plus. We got him right there at about 35 yards out. Oh, there's the big buck. There he is right there. Can we double up? Oh, we got him. Oh, yes. Don't spook. Don't spook. Don't spook. He's 50 yards out. He's 50 yards out right there. Oh, here we go. He's stepping out. 40 yards out right there. He's quartered at us a little bit, but we can hug tight to that front shoulder. And he's gonna step right towards us. This buck is gonna walk right underneath our tree stand. He's less than 30 yards away right there. Not quite a shot though. Oh. He freed himself. Oh, what a perfect setup. Oh, wow, that was incredible. It doesn't get much better than that. Nope, it really doesn't. That was just unbelievable. We had him 10 yards away walking right underneath our tree stand. And we literally just smoked him. We smoked that one too. Well, we just tripled up on some nice whitetails. And we got this buck down over there too. He doesn't seem to want to come into the call. And not only that, okay, I got an idea. What if we took a shot over there? Then he might be interested in coming into the call. Well, we'd have to come closer than that. All right. I think what we might do is try for a back of the neck shot. That's a great looking buck too. And I think we dropped him. I think. I didn't see anything move. Oh, that's what we wanted, dude. That's what we wanted. A male alligator just called right down below us. Oh, heck yeah. Let's get him to come in. So we got a zone there and one back here. But I feel like this one just called more down here. All right, well, while we're waiting for that alligator to potentially show up, we got to remember to go back there and get that whitetail buck that we dropped with the AR-308 in the back of the neck. And I'm hoping he shows up here pretty soon. But it doesn't seem to be what's going to be happening. Because even though we got a warning call... No freaking way! Holy, are you kidding me right now? A freaking giant mythical alligator is coming straight for us. Look at the size of that thing. But we found the biggest alligator you could ever imagine. This estimate is a dime potential estimate for a mythical. That's how big this thing is. 460 minimum. 500 is diamond. That's how big this massive alligator is. Okay, so we can use a class 7 on this alligator. That means we need to make sure that we have the right arrows equipped. These are useful, but these will be more useful because this is a class 7. And especially with the recurve bow, we're gonna need all the help we can get. Oh my God, look at that thing. What a beast. Holy, that's incredible. The fact that we are literally calling this alligator in on shore is absolutely mind-blowing and just super, super cool. We've never done this before. We've called an alligator, across the lake before, but never on land, especially this far onto land. So yeah, this is just one of those things where I never thought it'd be possible. Honestly, I remember trying to call in the alligators when the caller first came out, and it didn't exactly work the greatest. Many times the alligator just wouldn't come in at all. But look at this thing coming straight in. Look at him going into stealth mode. Getting as low as he possibly can, right to the ground. And he's coming straight for us. He is one mean old hungry alligator. Holy. All right, let's get ready. Let's get ready. So we got the collar right there. And our caller is approximately 40 yards away from us. That means that huge alligator is gonna come in to right about here, which will be perfect. Oh my God, there he is, right there. Look at this thing's mannerisms as he's coming in. It's quite interesting, actually. He moves, stops, waits, then moves really quickly, stops, waits, then moves really slowly, right low to the ground, opens up his mouth, stops, waits, and he's only 60 yards away. All right, let's get ready. Holy, let's get ready. Man, I'm freaking out right now. Oh my God. I can't believe this is happening. He's about to step out. And here we go, you guys. He's 50 yards away, right there. If he gets 10 yards closer, we're gonna have a shot. Here he comes. No way. Look at this. We got him right there at 42 yards. And there's the caller right there. So he's probably gonna stop right here. Imagine how cool it'd be if he came over here and just started chewing on one of these deer. I couldn't even imagine the reaction that I would have. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. He's 35 yards out right there. And he's gonna stop perfectly right there. We just freaking smoked it, baby! Yes! Oh my God, that was awesome. A double lung hard shot. And he went straight down. Oh, that was so cool. I can't even explain to you the rush that we just had right there. Going from taking down 3 beautiful whitetail to all of a sudden we finished off by taking down this one with the AR-308 and dropped him right in the back of the neck. We were seconds from getting down because I had no sign of this alligator being anywhere near, aside from the fact that we got that warning call 10 or 15 minutes ago. And all of a sudden he came in right to us, all the way across this meadow, straight into the collar. I mean, the collar is literally 15 yards away from this thing. You can see it in the same frame right here. This is just wild. I can't even believe it. Can't even believe it. I'm shaking right now. Well, here he is. And we freaking dropped him right there. Holy. He's a giant. He is an absolute monster of an alligator. Let's take a picture. All right. Well, let's pick him up. Oh my God, it's gonna be a 478 gold. And we pulled off a 38-yard double lung hard shot with the recurve bow out of the tree stand. A double lung hard shot. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you realize how hard it is to hit the heart on an alligator? And we went straight through the center of the heart. We literally couldn't have made a much more perfect shot. Not even much more. We actually couldn't have made a more perfect shot than what we just did right there. Out of the tree stand on a huge mythical alligator. I'm speechless at this point. absolutely speechless. Look at the size of that thing. Wow. I've been wanting to do that for so long now. And I didn't think it'd be possible. Even to get a decent 7 would be super, super cool. But to be able to call in this huge mythical 1,000 pound alligator all the way to us and take him out of a tree stand with the recurve bow on top of it. That was everything we could have ever asked for right there. We got a deer right there, we got a deer right here, and we got another deer right here. And then we have another deer right there. That may have been one of the coolest tree stands. I mean, can it get any better? You're gonna tell me we're gonna call in a gobbler as well? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what this whitetail is here, but I think this might be one of the first two that we got in the very beginning there. That's gonna be a 152, and we got a 35-yard shoulder lung shot. Okay, that's the third buck I think we got. Yeah, that's the one that we took the quick follow-up shot. So nice lung shot there. And then this one here is the first buck that we got in the very beginning. Right over here. Wow, would you look at that? I don't think I've ever seen a gobbler resting before. Wow. That's pretty cool. Well, let's go over here and pick up this buck. Oh man, that's a second shot right there. And the second shot was almost incredible, but just got him a little too far back. Luckily, he wasn't even as big as I thought he was. 187, which is still a huge buck. First shot was just horrendous. A 67-yard shot, and he took a step as soon as we took that shot. But the second shot, we just got him a little bit too far back. Got intested, and it did take him down out of the tree stand. So that was still pretty cool. But not as cool as this monster that we just got. I believe we got two more down over here. I think one of them might be a 150 buck. And then the other one... Oh no, it's a 180 buck as well. So we ended up getting another 180 buck, which we smoked. That's this one. Or is that the 200 buck? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't. And then there's another buck right there, so... I mean, you tell me. We literally had so much action out of this one tree stand that I don't even remember what happened. Okay, so this is the first 180 buck, as in the third buck that we shot out of this tree stand. We waited for him to come in. This buck came in the same exact time that that 200 plus buck was coming in, or I guess technically like 199. He was coming in at the exact same time as him. We took a shot. We got a little bit low, but we kind of rushed that shot there because we needed to take that shot before that 200 plus buck stepped out, and we did just in the nick of time. But to be fair, that could have came out the opposite lung and gotten a double lung shot. You know, with the broadhead, that probably would have clipped the bottom of the back of that lung there, and even though it wouldn't have dropped it, I would still say that that was a pretty good shot. And then this one here would have to be our big 200-inch buck. This thing we absolutely smoked. It's not a 200 plus buck, but that was him. Wow. Got a spine lung shot at 11 yards away. Holy. I mean, it was pretty much straight below us, so you got to think of that. 187. He wasn't big enough. I thought he was going to be a 200 plus, to be honest. So our shot was just like that, and we literally hit him right in the center. Got spine and lung on that buck. Surprisingly then, it didn't even drop. All right, then lastly, we got this buck down here, which I'm pretty sure we dropped. At least I never saw him take off, so I got a good feeling that we dropped him. And I would have been right because he's laying right there. This buck has a cool rack as well, so I'm really glad to have him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now that is a buck. And that's another good buck. Wow. They're a little bit too far to come into the call though. Yeah, just a little bit. But here's this buck here, and that's gonna be a 160-yard perfect neck shot. Literally went right over the top of the hind quarter and got him in the neck bone. It's a good thing we held low because otherwise we would have hit him in the spine. And it's gonna be a 178. Beautiful, beautiful buck. Well, I'm not sure if this gobbler is gonna come in or not. We got the collar right out here, but you know what? We could go for a 100-yard shot. It's not ideal. But I'm pretty sure if we held like right. Okay, so we shot a good bit high. Oh, actually, now we should be able to call him in. Okay, come on, gobbler, come on. We're either gonna go really big or go home. We're going big, baby. We got him. Woo! All right, well, he's gonna run a little ways, but eventually he's not gonna make it too far. Oh! Almost got a follow-up into him, but he went down nonetheless. That was pretty cool. Gobbler is down. Now, I saw another big buck. In fact, I saw two huge bucks, but they're just out of call range here. I marked one right here, and the other one is right here. They're both about 300 yards-ish out. One thing I was thinking we could potentially try and do is put the collar right underneath us here, and then that would put it, well, for sure within 250 of this one. And then this is 350, so that's too far. But I do believe if we get a little bit lucky, we could pull in this buck from over here. Just a little bit lucky. All right, well, here's this gobbler down over here. It took a little while to get him, but eventually we connected. And we got a 120-yard shot that took him down. It's gonna be a 4.26 gold. Looks like we hit a little bit wide right there, but nonetheless, I think if we were more centered, we would have made a perfect shot. Big old Longbeard is down. Well, we waited for a good little while for this big buck to show up, and unfortunately he did not want to come into the call. So what we ended up doing is moving the tree stand down here a bit closer to where he was. And well, now we got eyes on him for a second time. We're sitting up here in the stand and we have the collar right behind us, just over there. So when he comes in, we should have a perfect wind. Oh, we got a doe right down there. And he is right behind her. And here he comes. He's stepping out right there at about 90 yards out. He's still quartering quite a bit at us, but I believe he's gonna come closer. Oh my God. He's stepping out right there 50 yards away. In closing, here we go. He's quartered away perfectly right there at about 55 yards. But we gotta let him come a little bit closer. Here comes the doe, here comes the doe. 40 yards out right there. That's the perfect spot to take a shot. All we gotta do is wait for him to get there. Oh my God, you guys, here we go. Here we go. He's 50 yards out, coming straight for us. He's right there behind that tree. We still have a perfect wind, and he's headed right towards us. All right, here we go. We got him right there at 40 yards. That's gonna be a shot as soon as he steps out. Right there. Smoked him, baby, yes! We got him! Holy, we spent so much time trying to get a shot on this big old buck. We've literally hunted for 3 different days, 3 different consecutive days trying to get this big buck, and we finally got him. We ended up having to move the tree stand to a completely different location, maybe 150 yards away from where we were over there. What we even tried to do is come down all the way halfway to where these whitetail were feeding. I tried to put out a couple of calls with the grunt call just to lure them halfway in and then get back to the stand and use the collar, and it still didn't work. So we ended up having to opt out of that and basically moving the whole stand. Well, it all paid off in the end. So the location that we're hunting today is over here by Pilgrim's Point, which is actually over by this lodge, the Foothills Lodge. The alligator came from right down here to be exact, and the whitetail came from over here on this lake, which is the Pilgrim's Point Lake. And we hunted here at about 8 o'clock in the morning. And we got our monster whitetail buck down right over here. Just drilled him at about 40 yards. With the recurve bow. It's gonna be a 206 gold, and we got a double lung shot at 36 yards. A perfect double lung shot on this giant whitetail buck out of the tree stand. Well, that was one heck of a spot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Wow, right on the money. And look at that rack.